What's up, guys? For those of you who don't know me, I'm John. Welcome to the channel. All right, today we're going to kind of go over the different sizes or lengths of AR-15s you can get nowadays, and kind of which one would be better for what scenario. All right, so in the past 15 or 20 years, AR-15s have gotten way more popular than they probably were before. You know, that could be because of political issues or just things that are going on in the world that show people the importance of being able to own and have something like this. So we're going to kind of go over which one should be your first AR you should get, and then where you can go from there. So first off, we're going to kind of go over the different sizes or barrel lengths of AR. The most standard is going to be this right here. This is a 16-inch AR-15. This is probably by far the most popular barrel length AR-15. 16 inches, for whatever reason, is also the limit or the legal length, according to the ATF, to be a rifle with a stock on it. If it's any shorter than this, it is considered a short-barreled rifle, or SBR, and you'll have to go through paperwork and all that stuff to be able to own that and to use it. You can get a 14.5-inch barrel and pin and weld the muzzle device, which would permanently attach it. It would then become part of the barrel, so the barrel would include the muzzle device. But that's for a little bit later on. We're not going to go over that today. So this is probably the most popular. The next most popular, especially since all these pistol braces, arm braces are coming out, I would say is probably like a 10.5-inch AR, which this is a 10.3 actually. But the 10.5 barrel AR is probably the second most popular. Like I said, with the invention of these arm braces and stuff, it allows you to own an AR pistol, or this is actually an SBR because it has a stock, but if this was a pistol brace, this would be a pistol, well, without the vertical grip, whatever. Not a good example, but just play along with me. This would be a pistol. You could take it out of state, you could carry it in your truck. You don't have to worry about the tax stamp or the paperwork or any of that stuff. So like I said, with the invention and the popularity of all the pistol braces that you can put on ARs, the short barrel is getting a lot more popular. And then probably the next most popular is going to be something like this. This has an 18-inch barrel, full A2 stock. You can put a collapsible AR or M4 style stock on here if you want to. I just happen to have this A2 because it's really cool and I like it, and this is actually starting to be like one of my favorite ARs that I got. But anyway, this has an 18-inch barrel. Some would consider the 18 or 20-inch like a battle rifle, or their ideal AR-15 length, just because it gives a little more muzzle velocity over the 16-inch. Like, you got to remember, these were designed, this bullet, this cartridge, this gun was designed to have a 20-inch barrel, and so anything shorter than that is considered a shorter barrel, or a not according to the ATF, but in all intents and purposes, it's a short barrel AR. So anyway, this one has 18-inch. I figured it was a good trade-off between the full 20-inch. You get a little bit shorter barrel, it's a little more maneuverable, and you get a little bit more muzzle velocity over the 16-inch. So if you're shooting extended distances, maybe 300 plus, 400 or 500, something like that, you get a little bit more energy downrange with the bullet because it has more time to accelerate down the barrel. So if you're going to have like a longer range, like a special purpose, or something like that, special purpose rifle, an 18-inch would be a great option for that. All right, so now that we've gone over like the different popular lengths or whatever, let's kind of go into which one you should get first. And in my opinion, it's still the 16-inch AR should be your first purchase. You can have a pistol, without getting the SBR and all that, but the 16 is still the most versatile. It's only 5 or 6 inches longer than the 10 or 11 inch, and it's 4 inches shorter than the full 20 inch. So it's kind of right in that middle. To me, it's like the perfect size carbine. I mean, this isn't a battle rifle. To me, it's a carbine, kind of like the 30 carbine from World War II. Even the AK-47, the was it SG-44, that the Germans came out with. It's carbine, intermediate cartridge, 0 to 300 yards. So with a 16-inch barrel, you're still getting decent velocity, you know, about 3,000 something feet per second, somewhere around there. It's still short enough to be maneuvered, and it's the legal length. 16 is the shortest you can get without having to do, you know, legal paperwork and all that stuff. So this is the most popular. It's got the most amount of options and all that stuff. So to me, the 16-inch should be your first AR-15 for all of those reasons. All right, so next we've got our 16-inch. We've got that roll filled. The next one most people would probably get would be a 10.5, 11, something like that. And I would say go with a pistol. I got this as an SBR for my personal reasons or whatever, but I would say for your second gun you could probably get a 10.5 inch or 11.5 inch pistol. Why pistol? It's easier to get into. You don't have to do the paperwork, like I said, and you can travel with it. You can go across state lines. Like with this, if I wanted to take this, say, down to Florida or up to Tennessee, I would have to fill out paperwork, basically letting the ATF know or asking permission or whatever, letting them know that I'm taking an NFA item across state lines or out of my state, which is Alabama. So the 10.5 inch pistol, why 10.5 or why 11 as a second choice? Well, it's a good bit shorter than the 16. You know, it's roughly 5.5 inches shorter, and 10.5 is like the kind of in the industry as the well-known shortest length you can reliably go in a 5.56. They make, you know, I think Triarch now has an 8 or 8.3 or something like that, but there was a lot of time and research that went into that barrel to make it work right. And like I said, it just came out, so it's not even that popular. But 10.5 inch, 11, you can't go wrong with it. You can find these barrels anywhere. It's short enough, you know, like I said, to maneuver in and out of vehicles or in your house as home defense, whatever. And you're still getting that 10.5 inches. You're still getting enough reliability and muzzle velocity to be dangerous within, you know, say 0 to 50 or 0 to 100 yards. All right, so then after you've got your 16, your basic, you know, rifleman AR-15, you've got your close quarter AR. If you want to get another one or a different one, then, you know, not step up, but, you know, you can go with an 18 inch, you know, with an optic. This has got a 1:6 on it. You can get a 3:9, a 2x8, 2x10, you know, whatever you want to put on there. And then you go with your 18 inch, your a little bit longer range, kind of your 0 to maybe 400 or 500 yard gun. This one is set up kind of for hunting for me, because this Enforce, I can take it off really easily. I can just unthread this and it pinches and comes off. I don't have to like undo Loctite threads or anything like that to get the flashlight off. So this one's set up for hunting, like I said, but I can throw the flashlight on there, and this would be a plenty capable, you know, full size-ish, you know, combat rifle. All right, so there's also some things to consider. You know, I talked about the 16 and the 10.5 in detail, but I'm going to kind of go over some of the things you need to look out for, especially with this 10.5, because everybody wants, you know, 10.5. Like SOCOM guys, the SEALs, they all have 10.5s and they look really cool doing it. And a lot of people would say that's the most important thing, is just looking cool, and these do look cool. I really like having a 10.5. It makes me feel good. It's a lot more maneuverable. The weight is balanced a lot better, whatever. Some things to look out for. Every time you get shorter and shorter on this barrel, the muzzle is going to flash more. It's going to be louder, more concussive. You're going to lose velocity. So, things you have to be aware of. If you're going to use this inside, have some ear pro, or you know, just be aware, or be ready for the huge blast of noise and gas that's going to come out of the end of this barrel. I've got an A2 flash hider on mine. I wouldn't dare put a muzzle brake on this thing, mainly because it's a 10.5. It's made for indoors, close up. That's what I have it for. I don't want that muzzle brake, like, you know, blasting air out and all that concussion against a wall, like right up against my head. You know, this 16-inch right here with this Griffin, what's that thing called? Flash comp. This is 16-inch, and you know, if I shoot this beside people at classes or on the range or just buddies out in the field, they step back. Like, they don't like standing beside this when it goes off because of all the blast. And this isn't even the worst. It's not even like a dual port brake like this Fiji 6 brake right here. It's got 2 big ports on it. So like I said, this is probably one of the most less concussive of the muzzle brake, muzzle comp type devices. So like I was saying, go with a flash hider, the A2. You know, you can get these for $10. It might not be the best, you know, metal or finish or whatever, but it's going on the end of a muzzle. It's going to get blasted with gas. Who cares? It's a $10 muzzle device. It reduces the flash. It reduces your downward concussion, so you're not blasting dirt and grass everywhere. And to me, it's the best bang for the buck. I mean, it's $10. Maybe somebody can tell me otherwise, but until then, the A2, especially on short guns, is going to be, that's my go-to on this type of gun. All right, guys, so there we go. The 16-inch, like I said, should be your first go-to AR-15. And even before, once you get one of these, before you even go to the next step, fill the next hole with a 10.5 or the 18, you should run the piss out of this thing. Like, buy a bunch of ammo, go out to your shooting range or in the woods or wherever you can, shoot the crap out of it. Take a training class, a shooting class. There's a difference between shooting and training, in my opinion. Shooting is teaching you how to run the trigger and be more accurate and fast. Training teaches you how to use this thing to fight with. So there's a difference. Not saying one's better. Well, probably training is better than shooting, but whatever. Take both of them. Main thing, get good with this, know how to use it, know its limitations, and just shoot the piss out of it before you go spend, you know, $500 or $1,000 on your next AR. That could be a crap load of ammo in a training class. So the main thing, first gun, 16-inch, get good with it, and then you can move to the next one. Hope y'all liked that video. Hope you found it informative. If you did, go ahead and subscribe, because I've got a lot more coming. There'll be some videos pop up over here, some more popular ones that you might like. So go ahead and check those out, and like it, leave a comment, you know, do all that fun stuff, and we'll see y'all later. God bless y'all.